My name's Mindy. I am CNY Woman, and CNY Woman Enjoys Yarn Therapy. I'm working on a blanket with Lion Brand Homespun. I tried crocheting it first with a 10mm hook, didn't like that. Took that out. Tried knitting it with a 6mm needle, didn't like that. Pulled it out. Went back and looked at my pattern that I was using a 10mm for, and lo and behold, discovered I should have been using a 9mm hook. So I'm using a 9mm waves hook from Knit Pro, and it seems to be going better. So there's very little going on. Amazon just delivered a package, so we'll go get that after a little bit. Nothing too exciting in there. Hi, Kristen. Welcome in. I just got back from the indoor percussion show, hence the bingo marker on the back of my hand, because they always want to make sure if you go out, you can come back in and not have to pay again. Although I've never met anybody that went out and then came back in again. Unless you're like loading something into the car that's your kids, or going out for a smoke break. That would have been more common back in the 70s. Not so much now. I saw my goddaughter perform on snare drum. Their show was really cool. It was about electricity, basically, and it was pretty cool. They had flashing lights that were kind of cool. And she did snare drum. And it's her first year doing snare drum. She's been in the pit before, the first year, and then she was in the battery as a bass drum. Hi, Ronnie. Welcome in. Let me count stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's see if I got a text. I did not. I asked my goddaughter if she would let me know how they placed and what their score was, but I haven't heard anything from anybody yet. So I may have to check the scores on the New York State Percussion Circuit website later, because they'll post the scores. I saw all the performances except one. I left early, and then I was going to take the state route home, and the sheriff's department had the bridge just south of town blocked. Come to find out, there was a structure fire apparently, and that's why they blocked it. So I had to take 81 home, which is the other way out of this little town to get to where I live. 81 is the interstate. Hi. Nokia? Nope, I can't play a song. I crochet. I can sing happy birthday if it's anybody's birthday today, but you'd have to tell me it's your birthday. You know, or this month. We'll just sing it for the hell of it. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I don't know who you are, but happy birthday to you. There you go. There's your song for the day. Yep. It's the only song that I can sing that's royalty free on the air without getting a strike. So I'm using Lion Brand Homespun in the color Montana Sky. I did work on this last night on a live. I don't know if the live is uploaded yet, but the link to the pattern is on that live. And also the product is tagged from Walmart on that live. So look for that live if you want to check out the free pattern from Lion Brand. And if you want to order the yarn from Walmart, because it's on sale over at walmart.com for like, I think it's $4.47, something along those lines for this particular color only. But Walmart does have pretty reasonable prices on it. It usually runs about $8 a skein now. Hi, Canoel. Welcome in. So that was my afternoon, was going to the percussion show. And they did really well. I think all the kids did really well. It's basically the battery, which is the drums that march around. And then there's the pit, which is like the bells and the xylophones and the marimbas and the standing cymbals, gong, keyboard, electric guitar sometimes. There's also regular cymbal players that move in the battery with the drummers. So, when the kids wear uniforms and have a creative program. Hi, Chris. Welcome in. So it's very interesting. It gives the kids something to do when it's not field band season. And it's indoor percussion. So that sucker gets loud. And they all have speakers too. So imagine your high school gym filled with drums and marimbas and cymbals and a whole bunch of music. And they do a really great program. And the organization is run very, very well. So it was very fun. And it's my old high school, so, you always go in and then you're like, oh. Ronnie says, my new charger is awesome. Good. Assuming you mean charger for the phone, not charger of the car. Kristen grumbles, I hate scam callers. Oh, you got a scam caller. No fun. And Ronnie says, after 3 days, it's charging better. Good. I got to charge up my computer sometime, too. I might do a recording with that or a recording with my phone. It's easier on the phone because I can edit. And Kristen says, that's good, Ronnie. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. And Ronnie says yes. So we're just hanging out crocheting. If you want to tell me about a project you're working on, feel free to do that. or just say hi. If you want to give me a thumbs up, which I would appreciate, all you have to do is stay right in the video and go tap, tap on your phone. And it gives me a thumbs up, and it's awesome. And Ronnie says, yeah, no cords. Cool. Let's see how many I got. I got 4, 5, 6, and 7. And Kristen says I'm still working on Barbie. Kristen's working on a Woobles Barbie. And I have had to take frequent breaks because my hands are acting up today. Oh, okay. Probably all the rain and the weather contributes to that. And Ronnie says I have a loo. I don't know what that means. Oh, a long sleeve onesie on. Oh, okay. Warm. Kristen says it's actually sunny here today, but the rapid temperature change this week has made this week unpleasant. Yeah, we went from snow last weekend to it's 66 degrees outside, but it's kind of rainy, so you wouldn't really know it. I didn't wear boots up to school. I wore sneakers today. And I wore, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Ronnie says it's black and red checkers. Oh, cool. Hang on one second. So I just got the word from my goddaughter that they got an 85 and placed 3rd, which is pretty good. So to be in the top 3 out of their group is pretty good. And Ronnie says, been playing Sims free play, add friends on Facebook. Oh, cool. All right, I got to grab this package off the porch. It's bugging me. So I am going to turn off the video for a second. You'll still be able to hear me. But that way, if my address is showing on there, you're not going to see my address. Oh, glory. Hang on. So bear with me, folks. Okay, got the package. Let's see what the hell did I order? Oh, I ordered double point needles. Okay, double point needles and picks for my hair. So, not too exciting. Voila. Ignore the mess. So we're back. All right, so we're at the end, turning my work. This is what the blanket looks like thus far. See, pretty points. That's like one skein into a second skein. I do have 6 skeins altogether, or I will have 6 skeins when I get my 6th skein from Walmart. I have 5 skeins right now because the maximum number you could order was 5 and I needed 6. So I did an order for 1 skein a couple days later. It should be fine. It should be the same lot number and all that jazz. But for about, well, for about, let's see, 9, 18, and 9, for about $27, I'm making a blanket, which is pretty cheap. Like I said, this was the only color of Homespun that was on sale, so this is what I bought. Because I'm making blankets for charity. I make for Project Linus. And it was like a good deal. I also got pretty good deals on Bernat Blanket from Walmart as well. One of the colors was $8.88 for a 2-pack. One was $9.98 for a 2-pack. Some were like $12.57 for a 2-pack. So it was a pretty good price. Let me count my stitches here. Sorry to do this to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're doing pretty good. My daughter's brother and sister, who are both grown adults, came into town. The brother lives in New Jersey and came into town to see her perform. So that was good. So things are good that way. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And tomorrow morning I go see my aunt out near Verona, out near Turning Stone Casino. She lives near there. It'll be her last weekend in her house. And then she'll be moving to assisted living about 20 minutes away from me. So that is going to be perfect because I can just drop in and visit her anytime I want. You know, within reason, of course. My uncle, who was in the hospital, is in short-term rehab, as far as I know. So I think he's doing okay. Angela said, I work in an assisted living. They're a good place for people. Very good place for people. Yeah, she has some memory issues. Remembering words sometimes is difficult for her. She'll lose a word in a conversation. But, you know, she knows to pay her bills and how to take care of herself and stuff like that. But, I mean, they'll do the heavy lifting for her. They'll do the cleaning of the house, cleaning of the room, basically, and then they'll make meals and stuff like that for her. So, it's kind of ideal. And I think they'll do some medication management if she needs it. Although I don't think she does. I'm not quite sure. That's between her daughter and her and the staff. Her son is, I don't know what he's doing. He is, there's a little family drama going on there. That's all I need to say about that. We've talked about that, so I don't want to rehash it. Because why rehash it? So let's see how many stitches we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Angela says, yeah, I understand. No, I understand. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really their family drama, not my family drama, you know, because she's not my mom. She's my aunt. You know, I had dinner with the male cousin, reported what got said, and hightailed it out of there. You know, I am probably on his shit list, but I'd rather be on his shit list than somebody else's. And, you know, we're not pussyfooting around here. If you want to have somebody declared incompetent, you have to take them to court. And then you have to force them to be examined by a medical doctor. And nobody's going to say she's incompetent. You know? It's not the way it works. It was just Temu telling me my order's been shipped. Why I ordered something from Temu, I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to go back here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm skipping 1 instead of 2. I don't know why. It's bizarre like that. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why it's bizarre. Hang on. Gotta rip out. Thank goodness ripping out with Homespun is pretty easy. Sorry you just all missed that ripping out. But I miscounted over here. So if you like what you see, please subscribe. I do go live quite often. I do have tutorials on my channel for learn how to knit and for learn how to crochet. I have a couple of basic blanket patterns with Bernat blanket yarn that you can learn how to do the cruller stitch or the iris stitch and make a nice blanket for somebody very quickly. If you want a blanket that's more for spring, I would use the iris stitch because that's more open. It's like a double V stitch. Or if you want a more heavy blanket, I would use the cruller stitch because that is a more closed pattern. So there you go. I have a pattern for a winter hat and scarf on the knitting side. Very easy using super bulky yarn. I use super bulky yarn for all of my tutorial projects and for my instructions for learning how to knit and learning how to crochet so you can really see the stitches. I do basic stuff and you can watch that for free over on my channel. If you want to post a picture to my channel, you can do that by going to the channel page, and there's a button that says community, and you can hit that button and press and upload a picture of your project and write a little blurb to go along with it if you want to. So we can see your latest project. And Lori from Lori's Stories and Crochet is here. She has a great podcast or a great channel that you should check out on YouTube. She always has a story and then crochet, just like the title says on her channel. So you can check her out. And she says, hi, Mindy. Kristen says, hi, Lori. And Lori says, hi, Kristen. So we're all in good space. I'm working with Lori. I'm working with Homespun today in the color Montana Sky. It was on sale from Walmart. I bought 6 skeins. 5 of them are here, and then there's one on the way. And I'm doing a free pattern off of lionbrand.com. I can't remember what it's called, but I did link to it in yesterday's live, last night's live. If that's uploaded at all, you can go there and find the link to the free pattern. And I tagged the yarn on Walmart, so you can just go buy it if you want to. I think it's on this particular color, I think, is on sale for $4.47. I don't know how long that's going to last. Normally it's like 3 for $24 on Walmart. So that's a pretty hefty savings. And it's just blue. It's not striped. It's not variegated, really. It's just blue, which is fine. I'm just making a blanket for charity. I needed something washable and dryable. I wanted to work with Homespun again, so I thought, why not? I do have some other skeins of Homespun that I can use now that I know that this pattern works. I'm using a 9mm hook. It's a Waves hook from Knit Pro, what was Knitter's Pride. And it's got a really nice head. You can see there's a tiny bevel in there right above my finger. See how it kind of goes in a little bit right there? That's a bevel. and I'm on my second of 6 skeins. I just started this last night, so it goes really, really fast with a 9mm hook. I'm not sure how long this blanket is going to be, but it'll fit somebody. I make blankets for kids for Project Linus, so some child, this will be the right size blanket for them. Whether it's a toddler or an elementary school kid. I don't think it'll be teenager size. Kristen says it's a gorgeous blue. Yeah, it's kind of like how you would want the sky to be on a perfectly blue day, or, you know, like water or whatever. I guess they do call it Montana sky. And Kristen, sorry, Lori says, remember to double tap your screen to like this live. We got 66 people in the house and we got 16 thumbs. So if you would like to see more crochet and more yarn, hit the thumb. And then YouTube will go, hey, that person likes this video. Let's show them more of that stuff. So if you wonder why you get the things you do in your feed, that's how you get them. When you like a video, they give you more of it. Or when you watch a video for a prolonged period of time, they give you more of the same stuff. So we're doing pretty good. I'm going to flip my work, show you what the blanket looks like. It's your typical ripple blanket. It's like 7 up, 3 in the top, 7 down, skip 2. That's the whole entire pattern. It's pretty easy. And the only thing I'm doing different is I am skipping the first stitch when I start a row, and I'm doing a single decrease when I get to the end of the row and I have 2 stitches left. On that 7th stitch, I'm doing a decrease. And I am just doing single crochet. It's pretty easy. A beginner could do this blanket. Their beginning is slightly different. I just changed it up to what I know and what I like. So your mileage may vary. Let's see how many I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think something is awry, but I'm not going to fight it. I'm just going to skip 1. Instead of skipping 2. I'm fudging the pattern, folks. Sometimes you got to do that in a ripple to make it work out, right? And that's fine. Nobody is looking that close at my work going, you skipped 1 stitch instead of 2. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with you? You know, sometimes you just give yourself grace and go, okay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Absolutely, says Kristen. So it was raining here this morning. It's still kind of drizzly. Yeah, there's something wrong with this. Let me count. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's what's wrong with this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I was right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm counting weird things here. Something is awry, but we'll just go with it and call it good. It is what it is. So we're trying. The yarn comes out really easily of the skein, so that's good. There we go. Now we're at the top. We're doing 3 in the top. And I'm just doing single crochets here. Nothing complicated. If you want to say anything, please type away in the chat. I will answer questions. If you want to talk about a project you're working on, what you're having for dinner, what you're doing this weekend, whatever. It's so pretty. Can you teach me how to make a circle? Probably. Hang on one second. Let me grab some yarn. I happen to have, I'm assuming you mean a magic circle, which, because you don't know how to make one. Okay. So you're going to pretend you're tying your shoes, kind of. Basically make a loop and then pull the yarn under. So it kind of looks like you're tying your shoes. Flip it around. And you're going to hang on to where the loopy part is. Hang on to the loopy part where the tail and all that jazz is. And then you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, make a single crochet, and my loop is coming undone, so I'm going to whatever it. So I'm crocheting over those two loops. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pull on this a little bit. 11, 12. I'm doing 12. You will find other tutorials with different numbers. And then you're going to pull that magic loop tight. And then all you're going to do is go into the top of your stitch. Easier said than done. Join with a slip stitch. And that's how you start a circle. The other way you can start a circle, and then you'd go in and you'd do like 2 single crochets in each stitch around and then join with a slip stitch. You'd probably chain up one first and then go in and do your single crochets. The other way you can start doing a circle, or if you want to just do like granny squares, another easy way. Let's see, I missed some comments here. Hadadi says hi. Parties says, okay, thanks so much now. So easy. I can't learn from YouTube's. I don't know why. Tutorials. I don't know why. Rachel says hi. Tina says, I know how to crochet. I'm just unable to anymore. It hurts my wrists and hands to crochet. So I've had to stop and I haven't crocheted anything since my 5th grandchild was born. I miss it. Okay, I'm going to show you a crochet hook. This one got beat up by my couch, so ignore the stuff on it. But I'm going to show you a couple different crochet hooks you might want to consider for ergonomic reasons. They are just within reach of me. This is called a prim crochet hook, P-R-Y-M. P-R-Y-M. This is a size O, which is a 12 millimeter hook. It has a really nice deep throat. It has a bevel in it. And it's very soft. It has a rubber grippy thing on it. This is a Clover Amour hook. Also a nice bevel on it. Nice throat. Nice handle. It's got a flat part here, so it's a little easier to grip than the traditional metal aluminum hooks. And then I have a Loops and Threads hook from Michaels that is also pretty nice. This is an 11.5 millimeter hook. I don't know that that's marked anywhere on there, but it's an 11.5 millimeter hook. Yeah, it is marked on here. So that's etched on there. I bought that from Michaels. And this has a rubberized handle and a thumb grip. So you may want to look into some of those ergonomic hooks. It may help you, but you can try that and see if it helps. And I'm sorry if that doesn't work for you at all. I know it's difficult when you have to give up something that you love. The other way you can start a circle or a granny square is to do what they call chaining. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna join with a slip stitch, the first stitch. So you're gonna pull up a loop and just slide the other loop around. And then what you're gonna do is hang on to that tail because you're gonna crochet into the ring. So if I was doing single crochet, I would pull up another loop and I would just do a single crochet and start doing my single crochets all around here. You will end up with a tiny hole, but it's pretty small when you get down to it. So this is another way to do a circle. You can start with like a chain 4 and do, you know, your circle that way. You will have a tiny hole in the middle, but it's still worth it. So where'd my hook go? Glory hallelujah. I can't even find my own hook because it's with the other yarn. Okay, somewhere here. Yep, this is my project right now. Parties. I make mostly blankets for charity. So I make blankets for kids through Project Linus in the United States. And Kristen says, I am so sorry, Tina. But Tina, you're welcome to hang out here anytime you like. I don't know if those ergonomic hooks would help or not, but can't hurt to try. The worst that you find is that no, it doesn't help. And you may have already tried that. So forgive me if I'm, barking up the wrong tree there. That's why I tend to use bigger yarn too. That's one of the reasons I do, because I'm not doing such tiny motions. It's kind of bigger motions. This is a 5-weight yarn, and I'm using a 9mm hook. This is a Waves hook by Knit Pro. Used to be Knitter's Pride, but they joined companies. So let me count stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what's going on here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we're getting there. Don't forget to set your clocks ahead tonight. We lose an hour of sleep tonight. Your phone will do that automatically if you have a cell phone. So you don't need to worry about setting your time on your phone. And somebody says, "Hi, I don't know that language, but welcome in." Let's see what we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, Jamar. Welcome in. Yep, it's blue yarn. It's going to be a blanket when I get done with it. And my last stitch, I'm doing a decrease to make the edge a little more solid. And I chain one and I flip my work. This is what the blanket looks like. It goes up and down. And then when I start my blanket, I skip this stitch right here, this very beginning stitch. And then I do 7. Good afternoon, Shatika. Welcome to you too. And Kristen says, hi, Shatika. All right, I've been on for about an hour. This is what the blanket looks like. Like I said, go to yesterday's live where it says Homespun Blanket, Lion Brand Homespun Blanket. You can get the link to this yarn, the tag of the product for this yarn, which is on sale at Walmart for a really good price, the Montana Sky colorway, which is what this colorway is. You can also get a link for the pattern, which is a free pattern from Lion Brand. You do have to sign up with your email, but then they send you coupons and sale notices and stuff like that. So, and they have a lot of free patterns there, so you may want to check it out. I like homespun. Some people call it hellspun because it's difficult to work with sometimes. It's like a roving yarn that has a thread around it. It looks like this. This is what the end looks like. It kind of frays, but if you crochet it up, it looks very nice. And I've made sweaters out of it, and it looks really nice. So I'm going to let you guys go for tonight. Have a lovely evening.